Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Raja Muhammad Al bin Kamaruddin with metric number S79546. I will talk about Part A and Part D. So for the Part A is company and sector overview. Sector or industry for Carimin Petroleum Berhad operates in the energy sector, specifically in the oil and gas services industry, focusing on upstream and offshore support activities. For the core business or products, Carimin Petroleum provides specialized integrated services, including maintenance services for offshore and onshore, equipment rental, and manpower supply. And the last one, construction works, procurement, and engineering. There are several target market for Carimin, including major oil and gas operators, international energy companies, and offshore platform owners and contractors. And for the last one, competitive position. Carimin holds a strong specialized position in Malaysia's oil and gas services industry. Its ownership of marine asset, technical expertise, and integrated service offerings significant competitive advantages. Besides, Carimin's focus on core oil and gas operation allows it to maintain strong operational performance in the energy services. Next, we move to the Propel Global Berhad. For the sector or industry, Propel Global Berhad operates in the industrial services sector, covering oil and gas services, engineering and construction, and technical solutions. Propel Global Berhad core business or products are oil and gas services such as pipe recovery, well intervention, and diagnostic services. Next, engineering and construction works for industrial and commercial projects. And the last one is facility management and technical services. For the target market, Propel Global's customer include oil and gas companies, industrial and construction project owners, and the last one is the company mainly operates in Malaysia with growing regional business interests. The last one is competitive position. Propel Global's main competitive strength lies in its diversified service portfolio. Unlike specialized firms, Propel can serve clients across oil and gas, construction, and ICT sectors, which reduce dependency on any single industry. This broad-based strategy enhances resilience during economic downturns in individual sector and position the company as a comprehensive technical solution provider.
Hello, my name is Afi Ajamal Muhammad Nizam and my metric number is S79771. Today I will talk about accounting standard for Carimin Petroleum Berhad and Propel Berhad. So, first of all, Carimin Petroleum Berhad prepared its financial statement in accordance to Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard and the Companies Act 2016. For MFRS 116, it is relevant for Carimin Petroleum Berhad because it involves many high-value assets such as shipping vessel, equipment, and machinery in its petroleum business Berhad and business activities. Secondly, for MFRS 16, it applies because Carimin Petroleum Berhad lists assets such as vessel, equipment, and office space. Lists are recorded as right of use asset with list liabilities. This standard increase the amount of asset and the liabilities in financial statement. So thirdly, we have MFRS 15. It explains how companies earn revenue from customer contracts. Carimin earn its revenue from all and gas support service offered. A company earn revenue once services are provided to their customer. It helps ensure that all revenues report are trustworthy and valid. Lastly, for MFRS 9, 9 is applies because when dealing with financial assets, including trade receivable and cash, the accounting standard prescribe that the firm is required to include expected credit losses and reflects possible bad debts. Next, we got accounting standard for Propel Berhad. Propel Global Berhad. So, same as the Carimin Petroleum Berhad, it also accordance to Malaysian Financial Reporting Statement MM, MFRS and the Company Act 2016. So for the MFRS 116, and it applies because it involves using machinery, equipment, and facility in performing service relating to crude oil and gas industry. The above standard will impact the total asset as well as the amortization expense of proper global Berhad. Secondly, for MFRS 16, is the reason why it's applicable to proper global Berhad because the company lists asset like equipment and office spaces. The lists are recorded in the account of right of use asset and lease liability. The effect of the new standard in the recognition of increase in both asset and the liabilities. Thirdly, for MFRS 15, it describes the criteria in the respect of revenue recognized in customer contracts. Proper Global Berhad generates most of its revenue from service delivery to customer in the energy and oil and gas sector. Lastly, we got MFRS 9. It's applicable because for financial asset like trade receivable and other cash balance, the standards mandate the inclusion of unexpected credit losses due to possible amount of may not realize.
Hello, my name is Wan Hanif Kashfo Bewah Muhammad Mazuki. My matrix number is S at 1033. Now I will present to you about the horizontal analysis of Carimin Petroleum Berhad and Proper Global Berhad comparing their financial performance between 2034 and 2035. First, let's look at Carimin Petroleum Berhad. Carimin revenue decreased by 26.14% from RM 310,735,000 in 2034 to RM 239,518,000 in 2025, indicating lower sales performance. The company net profit before tax also declined significantly by 90.07%, although Carimin remained profitable in 2035. Despite the decline in revenue and profit, total assets increased by 4.66%, suggesting asset expansion. However, total liability rose by 13.76%, indicating higher reliance on debt. Equity recorded a slight decrease of 0.34%, mainly due to lower retained earnings. Overall, Carimin showed weaker profitability but maintained growth in assets. Next, I will talk about Proper Global Berhad. Proper Global Berhad revenue fell by 36.67%, showing a sharp drop in business activity. The company moved from a profit in 2024 to a net loss in 2035, with net profit before tax declining by RM 27,545,000, reflecting serious financial deterioration. Total assets decreased by 12.69%, while total liability increased by 40.65%, suggesting increased financial pressure. As a result, equity declined by 9.85% due to loss incurred. Overall, Proper Global Berhad experienced a significant decline in financial performance. In conclusion, both companies faced declining revenue in 2035. However, Carimin Petroleum Berhad remained profitable despite weaker performance, while Proper Global Berhad faced losses and a weaker financial position.
Okay, so my name is Muhammad Irfan bin Shauluddin and my matrix number is S79105. Okay, so I do a vertical analysis. Okay, so My company is Propel Berhad and Carimin Petroleum. Okay, so we go through in the Propel Berhad first is major assets. In total non-current asset in 2024 is 33.34%, and 2025 is 44.75%, which means it's increased by 11.4%. Okay, so in total current assets, it which in 2024 is 66.66%, and 2025 is 26%, which is decreased by 11.4%. In major expense, which is have a total expense in 2024 to 2025 is increased by 22.03%. Okay. Uh, so in Carimin Petroleum Berhad, in major asset is in total non-current asset is increased by 2.51%, and total current asset is decreased by 2.51% too. Okay, so in major expense in Carimin Petroleums, it's increased by 1.91%. Okay, in conclusion, we can simplify, but Propel perhaps show major exchange and higher risk due to increasing expense. But while Carimin Petroleum is more to stable and well in control. Okay, so we move on to profit margins. Uh, in Propel Berhad, we have four types in profit margin, which is GPM, gross profit margins, operating profit margin, OPM, profit before tax margin, and profit after tax margin, which is net profits. Okay, GPM show an increase by 3.63%, and OPM is show decrease by 22.94%. Profit before tax margins also have a decrease by 23.67%, and it's also to net profit margins also decrease by 24.89%. Okay, so we compare to Carimin Petroleum in GPM, which decreased by 5.52%, and profit before tax margins is 13.87% is decreased, and profit after tax margin also have a decrease by 13.05%. Okay, so in conclusion, we can simplify the Propel Berhad's experience have lost their sight higher gross profits due to rising expense, while in the Carimin Petroleum, we have remained profitable but slowly declining profit margins. Okay, so we go we go to the slide. Next slide is ratio analysis.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Zikri Amin bin Aziz. My metric number is S79679. For profitability ratios, Carimin Petroleum Berhad shows a decrease in all ratios from 2024 to 2025, including gross profit margin, net profit margin, and return on assets. This shows that the company's ability to generate profit has weak. But for Propel Global Berhad, gross profit margin increased. However, net profit margin and return on assets turned negative. This shows that despite higher gross profit, the company experienced net loss due to high operating or financial costs. Next is liquidity ratios. In terms of liquidity ratios, Carimin Petroleum Berhad recorded a decrease in both current ratio and quick ratio. But on the other hand, Propel Global Berhad showed a slight increase in both liquidity ratios. This shows that there is an improvement in the company's short-term financial position. For efficiency ratios, Carimin Petroleum Berhad record an increase in accounts receivable turnover. However, days sale uncollected also increased. That meaning the company took a longer time to collect payments, which shows lower collection efficiency. But for Propel Global Berhad, accounts receivable turnover is decreased, while daily sales uncollected increased significantly. This shows that slower collection of receivables and weak operational efficiency. In terms of solvents, Carimin Petroleum Berhad's debt-to-equity ratio is increased. This shows higher reliance on debt financing and increased financial risk. Meanwhile, Propel Global Berhad record a decrease in its debt-to-equity ratio. This shows that a stronger capital structure with lower dependence on debt.
Next, we move to the part D, which is evaluation and investment decision. For this part, I will evaluate and make a comparison for these two companies. For the profit trends, Carimin is stable, which is stayed profitable despite a revenue drop. Meanwhile, Propel is poor, which is widening losses. For the cost structure, Carimin is efficient, which is expenses are kept under 10% of revenue. Meanwhile, Propel is inefficient. The expenses is spiked to 43% of revenue. For the liquidity strength, Carimin is strong. The current ratio of 1.82, which is can pay short-term bills easily. Meanwhile, for Propel is moderate, the current ratio of 1.68. The liquidity is decent but fragile. Next, for the debt management, Carimin is healthy, which is low debt to equity, meaning that this company has a low financial risk. For the Propel Global Berhad is higher risk, which is higher debt to equity, more dependent on debt. For the asset structure, Carimin is excellent, which is the company can collect cash from the customer in 22 days. Meanwhile, for Propel is critical. It takes the company for 149 days to collect the cash. And the last one is industry risk. For Carimin is project based, which is risk of Petronas delaying maintenance work. Meanwhile, for Propel is financial based, risk of bankruptcy due to low payments. For the investment decision, we can assume that Carimin Petroleum is the best choice because it is a stable and safe company. It makes a profit even in a tough market, and most importantly, it collects cash quickly. Propel Global is too risky. It is losing millions of dollars and has a serious problem collecting money from its customers, which could lead to a financial crisis.